Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Alex, and the EOPA, and thank you to President Biden and members of Congress that really worked hard to pass the Inflation Reduction Act. I'm a veteran, Army veteran, environmentalist, father of 2 boys, husband to my beautiful wife, Bridget, and member of my local city council in Allen Park, Michigan. The city known as the home of the world's largest tire, ironically, and the Detroit Lions. Climate change is real. Our world climate is complex. It's no doubt that there will always be uncertainty in understanding such a large system as it is. Yet the evidence continually shows significant changes to our world is happening. The evidence comes from measures of rising air temperatures, ocean temperatures, increasing sea levels, and other changes that we can physically see. We know these changes are likely attributed to human activity. We also know that we live in the world's largest, wealthiest nation in the world, and therefore we have a global responsibility where we must be aware of the interconnectivity and interdependence of the world. More so, we have an American responsibility. We can't afford to ignore Americans' persistent economic vulnerabilities, which are fossil fuels and inaction to control our waterways with flooding. Leading experts agree a faster transition to clean energy will lead to more stable energy economies worldwide. Combating these clear and present danger of climate change for our national security and of the world is imperative. It must happen. The Inflation Reduction Act has the power to spur deflationary clean energy projects, improve health outcomes, create millions upon millions of jobs, while creating savings for all Americans. But substantially, more needs to be done for frontline communities. Frontline communities are those that experience hardship resulting from climate change. Frontline communities like Allen Park. The northern end of my community is on what is known part of the Ecorse Creek watershed. It's an area that was once part of an even greater Lake Erie. Ecorse Creek watershed and the river nearby is necessary to sustain the local economy. The creek is relatively urban and filled with what can only be described as easy fixes and band-aids. That area is sustained to flooding. The capacity of most of the drains isn't sufficient, and we must handle a few ways with new peak flows. Watersheds are needed, but they are needed to affect water quality, provide great benefits to communities, wildlife. They provide vital nutrient cycling, carbon storage, biodiversity, recreation, and so much more. In 2019, during a once-in-a-generation storm in my community, a quarter of my city partially flooded. It was a sight that just ached at your heart. Pictures and precious memories that once sat, flood damage took over. People were displaced. Homes were damaged. Some of them unrepairable, just to be ready to be raised. Insurance rates rose. Normal weekly public services were pushed and pushed back. The damage and anguish that I saw in my neighbor's eyes and the eyes of her daughter, Lisa, after she lost her outdoor playhouse that she played in daily. The blind stare of my friend Joe after he told me the damage of his Pride 67 convertible Mustang was beyond repair. And if you're a Michigan person, you know how important cars are. It was devastating. The fabric of my community was forever changed and tattered. Even though I already filed to run for office, I knew then there was a higher power that wanted me to run. I wanted for my family, my neighbors, my community, my city of Allen Park. Yeah, local communities cannot alone bear the burden. Communities like Allen Park, you shouldn't need an ark to live in Allen Park. President John F. Kennedy once said, the supreme reality of our time is the vulnerability of our planet. Therefore, as a leader of the free world, the president must not stop or settle just for the Inflation Reduction Act. President Biden needs to go further, much further to the point of declaring a climate emergency. Thank you.